All right. So if you remember a video I made of shooting a traditional wedding in Ghana, then this is actually the part two. Even though it's been long overdue, but I have been able to put it together. I had a lot of things going on, which I'll talk about in another video in the future. But for what's worth, today's video is about shooting a high-end wedding in Ghana. Let's get right into it. My experience shooting weddings in Ghana has been a tough one. I am starting from when I had just the GH5 to shoot weddings. Now that I use a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K for some of the weddings I shoot, I'll say that my experience in this journey has actually been an insightful one. Basically, it's always the same, talking about the sequence in the wedding proceedings. So, starting from the bridal dress up, like you can see right now in the video, you notice that I'm taking shots of the bride after her makeup is done, and I'm making sure that every angle is actually taken care of because I don't know where the video is going to end up or who's going to have a look at it. So if it's going to be a makeup artist that's going to end up having this video, I have to ensure that I'm filming every particular angle to bring out the beauty out of the work the makeup artist did. And looking at the bridal dress, which is actually the gown, my bride wore three costumes, but I particularly filmed the white gown for the most part in my trailer. So the trailer that you see rolling by, having the gown set outdoor under the shed, makes it look quite good because the sun's direction coming from the left is casting a lot of, some shadows with the wood in the way. So that's exactly how I filmed it. And I used some techniques with the camera movements to bring out the beauty in shooting from top to down. In Ghana, weddings come with a lot of constraints, right? Particularly talking about time, because the proceedings of our wedding, looking at the makeup, it mostly takes a whole lot of time. And as a photographer, if you're not careful, I'm sure that you bear in the same experience that the makeup artist taking up all the time or most of the time will end you up not getting all that you want in terms of the shots. If you're a photographer, I believe that you also share in the same plight. With this particular wedding, the time constraints wasn't so severe because the makeup artist arrived earlier, and with the experience that she had had with the traditional wedding, she knew her way around the face of the bride, so she could do this real quick. And along with the rest of the team, we were shooting simultaneously photographs and videos as we went by. Because time constraints vary with its severity, you would have to shoot with speed. You don't have to waste time. A little time you get, try and grab something either still or in motion. So I wouldn't make this voiceover prolong too much. So I'll quickly go down to talking about the groom's dress up. So with the groom's dress up, because the guys don't make themselves up, they just dress and you capture a few moments with that, and you particularly take shots of the groom and the groomsmen. All right, so that's basically what you see rolling on the screen. Now to the wedding proceedings. All right, the procession of the bridal train to the bride is what you're seeing right now. So what I did was we had two camera angles, one the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K, and I had a 6D Mark II shooting a wide shot on a tripod. So that's basically that. And I used camera movement with subtlety so that I wouldn't get in the way of the photographers or the second video camera. During the exchange of vows, I stood behind the officiating minister, moderating the exchange of rings and the exchange of vows. So I did this so that I could make room for the photographers and the second camera. Once that proceeding was done with the preaching and all that coming to a close, comes to the best part of the event, the reception, the lighting, the decor. Everything was just exquisite. I really loved everything over there. Because it's a high-end wedding, you cannot go wrong with anything you're doing because things are moving real fast. Big people and highly prolific people are actually there. As a photographer, as a filmmaker, you also have to make sure that everything that you're doing is crisp and clear. Your images, your videos should look tacked sharp. There's not going to be a second time. Even with any other wedding, there's not a second time or a second chance. Barely will you get the chance to grab a moment a second time. So you have to be very vigilant and quick with whatever you're capturing. So basically, as everything went ahead with camera movement, with the shots, with making sure that the lighting was just perfect, I had an assistant hold up a light in the faces of my subjects so that I could get accurate skin rendition in its color, and also the lighting will be in positions that I may want them anytime I needed them to be moved to one side or the other. So this is what I want to share with you, shooting a high-end wedding in Ghana. So enough with the voiceover. I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of the video. So turn on the post notification button as you subscribe to my channel for future videos that are as informative as this one, even more. Do well to share it across all social media platforms. I'm going to catch you next time in the next video.